Shalom, Yasharal. It's your brother Dawud from GMS chapter base 07, coming at you with this here truth again. First and foremost, I want to give all praise unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash, double honor to the apostles and elders of great millstone that taught me this truth and that rule well. And citation and much love for you, I can push this truth with sincerity in the four corners of the earth. Alright, we got yet another news article. Alright, this is the update from Russia's responses to the response to America, the UK, and France. Okay, saying they're gathering up for getting ready for an airstrike. It says any U.S. missiles fired at Syria will be shot down. Launch sites targeted. Russian envoy to Lebanon. It says Russian military reserves the right to shoot down missiles and destroy launch sites in the event of U.S. aggression against Syria. Moscow's envoy to Lebanon, Alexander, we'll just stick with Alexander, has warned. Alexander stressed that the Russian forces will confront any U.S. aggression on Syria by intercepting the missiles and striking their launch pads. Okay? Now, again, like I said, these proxy wars are over, Now it's country against country now, all right? And so if, America goes over there or its allies goes over there and it starts, launching airstrikes over there, Russia said they're going to, intercept the missiles and then go and strike the launch pads. If they hit these launch pads or things like that, American equipment or allied equipment, it's pretty much, that's pretty much a hot war right there, It says the statement comes after Washington threatens a forceful response against Syria after an alleged chemical attack in the Damascus suburb of Douma on Saturday. The U.S. was quick to pin the blame on Syrian government, basing its accusations on unverified data and images, including reports from the infamous rebel-linked White Helmets Civil Defense Group. Like I said, if you look up the White Helmets, ISIS, you'll see why they call them basically a infamous rebel-linked. Okay. On Tuesday, the UN Security Council failed to pass 3 consecutive resolutions calling for an investigation into the alleged use of chemical weapons in Syria. A Russian-sponsored draft back in the fact-finding mission on the side of the organization, the OPCW, latest has been rejected by the body. All right, so they have intentions back and forth still. As the initiative was voted down by the U.S. and the UK and France and Poland, Russia's UN envoy Nebenzia once again called for the West to refrain from the plans of which you might be harboring with regards to Syria. Okay, they said basically that they didn't need any to wait for any evidence or anything like that, or we don't need to wait for an investigation. We're just gonna come in with a response. And Russia's like pretty much like chill. Let us just do this investigation first, then we'll see what the findings are. But they don't have no proof. It says earlier on Tuesday, the OPCW announced that it is preparing to deploy a team to Douma shortly to investigate reports of an attack there. Earlier, Russian specialists at the site have found no traces of chemical weapons or any victims treated for chemical poisoning. So this is why the U.S. is so much in a rush to just go ahead and strike, because they know they're pretty much caught up in this whole mess. But nevertheless, Russia here is saying that they're going to shoot down any missiles shot from the American side, America or their allies, and then they're going to hit these launch sites as well. All right? So keep your eyes put on the news. And, Lord willing, I'll be able to put together a couple-part lesson pretty much going into all this and how it's all linked up into the scriptures, all right? With that, we're going to go ahead and say, Lord willing, this update was edifying. So next time I say, call halal, Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shah, double honor to the apostles that was a great millstone that taught me to say truth. And salutation and much love for your Akim pushing this truth and sincerity. Hey, stay strong. We almost out of here. One scripture I can think of off top is Revelation 7. Let me go back to Revelations 9 and 4, or Ezekiel 9 and 4. It says Ezekiel 9 and 4, roughly paraphrased, and says, "Go and put that seal of the Most High on those that's on the highways and the byways." Basically, sighing and crying for the abominations thereof. The ones that's going to be out there doing the work. In truth and sincerity. And then when you go to to Revelation 7, you know, when they talk about the 144,000. In the beginning, this is it was something like the four angels holding back the winds, that it hurt not the earth, the trees, nothing like that, you know. And pretty much that's talking about the destruction, you know, the four angels that's in the river Euphrates, right over there in that region. And what that's talking about is pretty much the war that's gonna happen, you know, the world war. You know, those angels is pretty much those countries over there with those nukes that's about to just rain that shit down over here on America. So it's basically saying, look, don't let this here war pop off yet where Russia just respond with an all-out nuclear, you know, attack. They holding those four winds back, you know, until they seal the servants of the Most High on their foreheads, which, you know, like the Apostle Tahar said, he feel like they almost all sealed, you know. And so, I mean, that's how close we are to the end here, you know. Waiting on this microchip to be implemented all the way, and, you know, we just see the petro yuan, you know, the petro yuan starting to come online, you know, and, you know, that's going to, you know, pretty much collapse the petrodollar, you know. And it's going to collapse this economy, in which, you know, the next economy they got lined up is that microchip. So you see, we right here around the corner, man, you know. So, you know, keep your eyes peeled and, you know, stay strong, go strong in the faith, you know. And we almost up out of here. All right, we up out of here. Say shalom.